Right. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. So let's get started with our practice. We're going to practice from cross hands, which is the beginning of section 2, all the way through to high pat on horse, which is what we had just learned. Okay. So I'm going to turn and face the other direction so we all move together. Remember, if you're new, you can follow just the arms, just the footwork, or try to do it all. Your choice. Just allow yourself to enjoy the practice, enjoy the flow. So remember, cross hands is shoulders width apart, sinking down into the legs, right hands on the outside. Embrace tiger, return to the mountain. Shift your weight to the right, turn on your left heel. Separate the arms. It's going to be 2 circles like brush knee with a different meaning as we step, embrace tiger, and then palm push. Roll back, bicycle the arm. So right hand comes up in front of the shoulder and out, and then turn from your waist. Press. Touch the left hand to the right forearm. Expand up and out. Flatten both arms, and then come back over a ball for push. Chest height to shoulder height. Fist under elbow. Flatten both arms. Turn from your waist, big arm movements, circling, pushing down and then out to the side, step to the corner, warding off, grab, rotate to grab as you re-step, pull down, make a fist, lifting up, punching and touching with your left heel. Open up that fist, repulse monkey. Use your elbow rotation, right hand to the shoulder, forward and back with the arms, number 1. Repulse monkey, number 2, rotating. Use that elbow to bring the left hand to the shoulder and then pulling in for number 2. Number 3, rotate and step. Left hand to the hip, right hand pushing out. Big circle with the arms. Remember, alternate footwork is stepping behind you. Turn on that left heel. Step to the corner and then big arm movements for diagonal flying. Open up both arms as you step back. Right hand's higher than the left. Touch with your left heel for raise hands and step forward as you turn from your waist. White crane, both arms go down. Left arm comes on top as we close the arms and step. Then that right arm's going to come overhead as we spread our wings and touch with our left toe. Look at your right hand. Left arm goes up, right arm down. Then they switch as we step out. Brush knee and push. Needle at the C bottom. Reaching out, fingers point down. Pull back, drop your right elbow, lift your left toes. Touch with the ball of the left foot and fold from your hips, needle at the C bottom. Left hand to right wrist as you come up and step for fan through the back. Just like single whip, but your right hand's by your forehead. Turn body, chop with fist, shift back, press down with that right arm, protect your head with the left. Make a hook or make a fist. Chop as you step with that right foot, and then left palm with a bow stance. Okay, connecting out, deflect down, parry, block, and punch. Parry to the side, left arm and leg go out for that block, and then punch. Almost there. Connecting out for ward off, left hand wards off, fist is diagonal. Rotate both arms, open that fist, bend the right arm underneath for ward off right. Hinging that right arm up. Turn the arms to your right corner for roll back. And then shift your weight, arms go to the left corner. Left hand to right forearm. Expanding up and out for press. Flatten both arms for push. Come back over a ball, sitting up the palms, and then we push. Single whip. Flatten both arms. Turn from your waist. Big turning as on that right heel. Press down. Make a hook. Turn over the palm. Do a standing ward off. And then push. Wave hands like clouds. Shift your weight back. Turn on your left heel. Arms go to your right side. Drop that hook. 2 circles, stepping in, shoulder width, and then double wide. Remember, hit that middle point and use your waist to get your arms to the left as you step in. Turning, last one. Turning to your left, step, and then make a hook, single whip. Last movement. Open up that hook, turn over the left palm, right hand to the shoulder, high pat on horse. Touch with the ball of the left foot, pulling in, using that edge of your palm, throat height. High pat on horse. Empty stance. How do we do? Looks good. Yes. I like that I saw everyone in their back leg on high pat on horse. That's so important. Okay, do we have any questions on high pat on horse? Are we feeling comfortable with that movement? All right. Oh, you are muted, my dear.
Can you just tell me what the single line is?
Single line?
Or you said your feet are in single something.
Oh, single whip.
Okay.
Single whip?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is single whip. This is like the iconic movement. We're actually in a bow stance. We have a hook hand, which is where we bring all the fingers together. That goes to the corner. And then we have our left palm and our torso is vertical. Single whip.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one of the iconic Tai Chi movements, actually. So we're going to get into that one a lot. You're actually going to see that repeat. And if you noticed, we started the form and we did the embrace tiger, but then we did roll back and we did press and push. And then we saw that whole sequence again, right? So that sequence called grasping the bird's tail and single whip repeat a lot within the form. So today's movement is going to be our first kick or our first balance exercise, okay? So I'm going to show you just one time and then we're going to break it down. So remember, just watch so that you can just get a feel for the movement, okay? So from high pat on horse, we're going to open up the arms, level them out, draw our foot in as we step, less than corner. Then we're doing a separating with the arms and we look to the right palm direction. We're going to close the arms. Then we're going to stand up, toe points down. Next we look, then we kick and bend the knee. And we're actually going to change the arms. Okay? Remember, your kick does not have to look like that. Okay? That's just a nice demo. Okay? That's nearly 20 years of practice and still got a long way to go. Okay? So we're going to talk about our kick. So did anyone do their balance practice this week that we were talking about last week? Yes. You're going to be feeling so much better for this. Awesome. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is do a bow stance. Okay. So let's just break down the footwork first because that's a little bit easier. Okay. So remember, we're starting in an empty stance to the 9 o'clock direction. So sink into that right foot, it's 45 degrees, and touch with the toes. Okay, so remember, beautiful, that weight's all the way back, 30% in the front, 70% in the back leg. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna shift our weight back so we can pull our foot in, and then we're gonna step out less than corner. Okay, so we know what 45 degrees is, right? That foot's going to be a little bit less, and it's going to say be, what would that be, 8 o'clock? Okay, then we're going to move our weight forward for a bow stance. Now, it's just a transitional bow stance, because then we're going to stand up to wherever's comfortable. Maybe that's just touching with the toe. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to kick with the front of the foot. Now that can go from here and kick and touch out and then come back, okay? So let's talk about our kicking methods before we get further into it, okay? If you're standing up to kick, remember that we want our angle of our leg to point towards the center, tucking that foot in. So we're not tucking it down, we're gonna tuck it in and allow our hips to remain level, okay? I also wanna remind you, the higher you lift your leg, the more you have to engage your core, okay? So this is where that struggle is. It's also gonna open up your hips, okay? So first thing, if we are lifting up that leg, toe points down. Don't let it be floppy. Have some intention and let that toe point down. For this kick, we are using the top of our foot here, and we are kicking, okay? Kicking out top of the foot, all right? Now, that's the fancy, pretty method, right? Every option is available to you. We can stand up and just touch with our toe. Then what do? We kick out, and then we touch with our toe again, okay? Remember to be safe in your practice. So even if you come up for a second and you touch down, that's beautiful, okay? We could come up just a little bit, kick down, and then come back. That is a beautiful kick too, okay? So we want to meet ourselves where we are, and every day is going to be different, okay? So let's do the footwork again, keeping in mind all of those options. Yes, we definitely got to open up our hips today, right? Maybe we'll do some balance work on the other side. So sink into that right leg, step out with the left toes. Empty stance, right? So our torso is straight. So you're going to turn your torso towards the corner. This is going to allow you to pick up the foot. You're going to step out and have your torso towards that front foot now. Then you're going to turn a little bit to the right. Okay, from here, turn your torso to match your left foot direction. Yes, now stand up with the toe pointing down or touch the ground. Look towards your leg direction, which is going to be less than corner, and kick and bend the knee. Yes, woo, I just saw some nice looking kicks. Yes, okay. Remember, when we kick, when we're here, we turn, we close our arms, we stand up, okay? Once you're here, you're already picked a point. It's something in your room that's unmoving. Even more important, once you turn to look to the kicking direction, pick something to stare at that's not moving. Fixate on that point, then kick and bend the knee. Okay? Yes. So picking that point is going to help a lot with your balance, okay? And think about picking something that's at least eye level, okay? So we're not going to pick like to look down at the table, right? I'm going to say I'm looking at the clock, or I'm looking at halfway on my windows, something like that, okay? Something that's high enough so that you're still lifting through the crown of your head and you have that really nice length through the spine to help with your balance, all right? So let's hold our arms up for a second in that hug a tree position so that we can work on that waist turning, okay? So when we're in high pat on horse, our torso is straight. Now that general rule of thumb, remember, it's easier to pick up one foot if our torso matches our back foot direction. So we're going to turn our torso to match that right foot, and you're going to pick up. And you're going to turn as you step out. Now, weight still in the back mostly. Then we're going to turn our torso to straight as we pour into that bow stance. Now, turn your torso to match your left foot. Stand up, then look, and then kick and bend the knee. Yes, nice. Okay, let's do it again. All right. So remember that your torso direction does play a big role in your balance, okay? So sinking into that right leg, touch with the left toes, torso straight, arms up. Okay, first thing, turning your waist. Weight's moving to that right leg. Pick up. Step out, turning to the left, then turning back to the right as we go bow stance. See, our torso is now straight. Then we're going to close our arms and turn to the left leg direction. Then we're going to stand up, look, kick, bend the knee. Yes. Okay. Feeling all right? Shake out the legs. Okay. Give them a break. Yes. Okay. Kicking takes a lot of work. All right. We have to use a lot of our thigh muscle. We have to have that flexibility in our hip. We have to use the hip flexors, the tendons and ligaments. Everything needs to be engaged to lift up. Okay. The big thing I want to note, and I'm going to turn off direction for a second. When you stand up, we still want to be vertical. So we don't want to lean back. Okay. Sometimes what will happen is we want to lift our leg higher, so we'll lean like this. I would rather have you relax and just stand up nice and tall and have that leg in wherever position it is, okay? Do you have a question? Okay. All right. So, do you want to do the arms? Let's give ourselves a break from the legs. Okay. So, just watch one time. I'm going to come close for a second, and then we'll break it down together. So, we're in high pat on horse, okay? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to separate the arms and level them out. Okay, so we have that big open shape. Okay, then we're going to keep circling them and we're going to close the arms. Then we're going to show pulling with that right arm. We're going to do this a bunch, don't worry. And then we close. And then the easy part is 2 rainbows. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to mirror you. Okay, remember, we're always giving ourselves grace when we try something new. Okay, so high pat on horse, we have that right hand is here and that left arm is here. Okay, welcome. All right, so we're gonna level out those arms. Okay, so we have that nice big circle here. Okay, good. We're gonna continue circling. So the left arm's going out, the right arm's coming in. Then we're gonna close the arms. Beautiful. Then you want to think about sweeping with this right arm. So it's going to sweep across. Yes. So our left fingers are going to point to the right forearm here. And now what's going to happen? We use our waist and it's going to close that right arm on in front. Nice. Oh, I love it. Then from here, those beautiful rainbows open up. Nice. Okay. That looked really good. Okay. This is a kind of a challenging movement. Okay. This one has a very specific meaning. Okay. So it's a little hard to envision without having a partner to demo. But what happens is you trap your opponent's arm. They go and push you. Okay. And you're going to trap their arms and you're going to cross their arms like this. Okay. And what happens is they get turned over. Okay, so that's why we start cross and then we open because our opponent starts not crossed and then we cross them. Okay, so this is the meaning there of why we're doing this big circle. Okay, so from high pat on horse, we're going to have that left arm where throat height, right hand at the rib cage. Okay, or sorry. Yeah. Left hand up the ribs, right hand overhead. Sorry, definitely mirroring you, okay? Yes, there we go. Okay, so we open up the arms, level them out. Beautiful. Okay, now we're gonna keep those circles going. So that left arm's reaching out, that right hand comes where? Into the shoulder. Okay, this should feel kind of standard. Then we're gonna keep closing. Now, right arm sweeping out. Yes. Okay. So Watch the space that we have between the arms, okay? That hand is kind of seated. It's not sitting fully, but it's not flat. So it's just a little bit with that right hand. And remember, left fingers point center of the forearm, okay? Keeping that beautiful space. Everything's level. Now, turning, we're going to close that right arm across. Now, when we get to our kick, you guys are all doing it already. The big thing is we're not just doing wrists, okay? We're not closing the arms. Forearms, which is beautiful. Now, nice circle, rotating till the palms sit up. Yes, let's do it. We're going to keep doing it a few times, okay? So, right hand, left hand at the ribs. High pat on horse. Beautiful. Okay, leveling out the arms. 1. Reaching with that left arm, right hand to the shoulder. Okay, then we close and step. Then we go into our bow stance with the sweep. Now we turn our waist to close the arms. Stand up and then kick. Oh, looking good. Okay, now let's do it with the waist turning, okay? So remember, high pat on horse, the torso is straight, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start opening the arms and turn our waist, okay? Then we're going to turn our waist back. So everything's going to be turning, okay? And then we turn again. Then from here, arms, okay? I'm going to do it the normal direction. It'll be easier to explain, okay? Right hand, left hand at the ribs. Beautiful, okay? So our torso is square. The first thing, we're going to turn that torso a little bit to make it easier to step. Okay, so we're turned. Then we're going to close the arms and we're turning. Yes. So we're to the left corner. Okay. Then we're going to go to straight. Then we go to the corner. And then we stay to the corner and we just do the arms. Okay. Yes. Oh, such beautiful circles. Okay. So think about it like this. When we're turning, we're going from straight. We're going to the corner. Then we have to get back. We're going to go to the other corner and then to straight. That's all going to happen, okay? So we are going to do a big circle. Just watch the waist, okay? We're going to open and turn. We're going to close and then open a little bit, then close, okay? So we're going right, left, right, left. Yeah, it's a lot, right? There's a lot of turning going on there, which makes this arm movement even more difficult, okay? So in order to really train the waist and to really hit what we call those checkpoints, let's really stop, okay? Remember, our goal is to always practice continuously, but right now we want to check in with where our arms and legs should be. So first step, high pat on horse. Nice empty stance. Right hand is up, left hand's by your ribs. Okay, first thing you're going to do, open up those arms and turn your waist. Okay, as you pick up, right hand's at the shoulder. Okay, so here. Yes, and that palm's already going to be sitting that little bit. Okay, it's not flat. Sit it up just a little bit. Okay, now you're going to step out and look, the waist has completed that turn towards the left corner. Now, as you sweep that right arm, you're going to turn your waist to straight. So this position right here is one of our best checkpoints, okay? Our elbow should be in line with our knee, okay? So right here, elbow and knee should be in line. Left fingers point to the right forearm, and that right arm is going kind of to the corner direction. Okay, so following that back foot direction. So this is one of the best checkpoints that we have within this movement to say, okay, did we do our circles and hit this point? And now from here, use the waist turning to close that right arm. Yes, then we would stand up and just touch right now, because the next thing we do is we look and then we kick. And now here's the fancy part that we didn't do yet. After we kick, as your leg bends, you're going to turn your right palm to the sky and your left hand is going to come into your shoulder. Okay, this is setting us up for the next movement. Nice balance work there. Okay, do you have a question? I see you close to the screen.
No, I am just, I had all my flu shots yesterday and I'm in so much pain. I'm just going to watch.
Just relax and enjoy. Remember, I'm going to post the video so you will have it to practice, okay? Remember, this is our first kick, okay? Within our balance section or our kicking section, the arm movements for these first two kicks are some of the more challenging arm movements with this circling, okay? So give yourself grace. We're going to break it down again, okay? Remember those checkpoints that the most important one is hitting here, okay? Really making sure that we hit this position in a nice bow stance before we complete our kick, okay? So we're gonna do it again. Let's start high pat on horse, sinking into that right leg, touch with the ball of the left foot, beautiful empty stance, right hand, and then left hand where by the ribs, check. Elbows not back, let your shoulders relax, let your chest sink in. Remember, how do we get that weight? It's not by moving forward, fold from the hips. Okay, now open up the arms, turn from the waist. Picking up, right hand will be in front of the shoulder here. Then we step and we hit this closed position. So this is one really good checkpoint. Okay, the arms are closed, and what did we do? We just touched. Now, turn from your waist, big sweep with that arm across, and we check. Left elbow and knee in line, right hand seated. We're looking towards our right hand here. Now we're gonna follow the close of our body with our waist turning and our arms so that we're looking over those closed arms. Nice, then we're gonna stand up, toe points down, lift up nice and tall, look towards your kicking direction, pick that point, open the arms, kick, bend the knee and change the arm. So right palm to the sky, left hand to the shoulder. Okay, now stop for 1 second. I'm just gonna show you why, okay? What happens next? We sit down and look, same thing on the other side, close, stand up, kick, bend the knee, okay? So that's why we wanna make sure after we kick, okay, we do our kick, we make sure we bend and we turn over that right palm. Yes. Yes. You know what I'm really appreciating from this group today? You all have large frames. Every single person here has the arms extended, okay? This is so important for our balance work, and I can really see how much all of you did this week for your balance exercises. This is wonderful, okay? A lot of the times we think that if we close our arms, we'll have more balance. The opposite is true. We want to extend out really far, okay? So does anyone have any questions on what we've been working on just now? Yes.
You said that, my name is PJ. You said that you were putting them on YouTube. Do you have your previous sessions? This is my first one. But
Oh, yes.
Newer
yes.
ones so I can
I will send you the direct link to the playlist right at the end of class. And then you will have all of the classes, and you are doing great, by the way.
Thank
I
you.
just want you to know that. This is not easy, okay? Tai Chi, there's no easy button. This is the only thing in life that most of us have done where we combine the upper and lower halves of our body, right? Where we're trying to match everything up and we're doing these big circles and trying to balance on one leg. And this is hard work, but you guys are doing it and you're doing great. All right. Yes. Okay. Remember when we're doing our balance exercises, okay? We want to keep our arms in line with our foot. So instead of having the arms out here and having our legs straight, turn your torso, okay? So turn the torso so that the torso matches the foot direction and that front arm is going to be in line with that front leg, okay? So I'm going to turn towards the camera for a second, okay? So if the camera is perfectly straight, okay, remember that our back foot will be 45 degrees or our standing leg, okay? We stand up with that leg and our knee goes to the straight direction, but not the foot. The foot tucks in, okay? Now, it's already affecting my breathing by holding my torso to the straight direction. When we're here, I want you to go to the side, okay? When we're here, we're twisting our ribs, we're turning from our waist. We want to keep our balance, keep everything in line, have it open to the side. So if we have our arms out, that front arm's going to be in line with that front foot, okay? So the arms here, when we do single whip, this is great because we talked about single whip a moment ago. We have one arm straight and one arm to the corner. We have 135 degrees between our arms, okay? It's the same thing for kicking, okay? The only difference is both palms are sitting up. So it should be the same rounded feeling with the body, okay? So it's the difference of being here versus here, okay? All right, this makes a big difference in our balance too, because if we're here, the energy gets stuck in our chest, our ribs lift up because we're overextending. We always want to have our chest sinking in and our back rounded, okay? So we want to let everything sink down. So the big things to think of, torso is not going to be straight. We want to make sure that we're matching our foot direction, okay? So if my foot's straight to the camera, my torso will be straight to the camera, but then where is my leg going to be? To the corner direction, okay? And remember, the arms are always going to follow that front foot direction, have that nice chest sinking in, okay? So when you're practicing your balance exercises this week, think about those things, okay? So always avoiding having our chest in a different direction than our foot. Number one. Have your chest in line with your foot direction, okay? Remember, don't spread the arms too wide. Let them sink and relax, but just extend them out nice and long, and then you can stand up, okay? So a couple of little pointers there, all right? Ready to practice? Remember, the key to Tai Chi is simply repetition, okay? So we're gonna get that progress. We're not going for perfection, right? We're going for progress. We're going to increase our balance, increase that blood flow through our bodies, and what else? Relax our minds, right? So getting that bit of meditation in. So sinking into that right leg, stepping out with the left. All right, beautiful empty stance. So 70% is in the back, 30% is in the front. We gain that by shifting that weight forward. All right. Right hand is out, left hand by the ribs. Same thing applies. Chest sinking in, back rounded. Okay, open up the arms, level them out. Turning from the waist, pick up that foot. Now, stepping out as the arms close. Remember, we're not pouring that weight in. We're just connecting. Now, separate with the arms as we shift forward. Okay, check. Left elbow and knee. Right hand. Now use your waist turning. Close the arms. Waist matches what? The left foot direction. Okay? Now we're going to stand up, toe points down. Look, kick, bend the knee and change the arms. How do we do? Yes. Okay, the changing of the arms. Okay, so the arm change. Both arms are out long, okay? The right palm is just going to turn up. okay? It's just gonna turn to face the sky, okay? That left arm, use your elbow, bend it in, okay? Yep, so it's just gonna bend in, okay? So this is something that we have to get a little bit comfortable doing, okay? Is with our arms, watch how the elbow stays in three-dimensional space and we can bend in, okay? Can you see how we can use this space here? Okay, this is probably something a little new, right? Because what do we normally want to do if we have our arm out and we bend in? We usually drop the elbows. Yeah, we come in close, exactly, okay? So we want to keep this space, keep the elbow where it is, and bring that hand to the shoulder. Yes, that was it, okay? So having that arm out, yep, keeping that space. It's like you have fruit tucked under your arm, so you can't close it, and then you just have to bring it in. Nailed it, okay? So if we have both arms together, what's gonna happen? Right palm turns up, left arm bends in. Yes, so let's do it again. From here. Yep, so we're turned, exactly, okay? We would be looking towards our right hand, okay? We're gonna bend that left elbow and turn that right palm over. Yes, okay, again, arms up, okay? Nice big extension. We're looking over that right hand, mostly towards the screen probably. Bend that left elbow, turn that right palm to the sky. Yes, yes, I love the space I see in your arms now, okay? So important, yeah. So in Tai Chi, a lot of what we get in our body is a healing through opening up our joints in new ways, okay? It starts when we first start the form and we go from prepare. Instead of being here, we have a little piece of fruit tucked under our arms, okay? So throughout the whole form, even when we do these movements, right, we're circling, look, we're not gonna close. We're gonna, big arms, okay? So we're keeping that fruit tucked under our arms. So we're getting that blood and energy flowing through joints that might normally be closed. Look, even as I relax, what happens? How many years later, the arms just go flat unless I'm really practicing all the time. So the Yang family suggests that we practice 3 times a day, okay? Morning, midday, and before bed, all right? That's a lot of practice, especially if we're doing the long form. It's going to be a large chunk of our day. So I have a challenge for you, and for those that are new, this will be your first time hearing it. Those that are with me and you've been doing it, I'm so excited for your journey. I challenge you to 5 minutes a day, okay? So you get 5 minutes of practice in every single day, you will start to feel a difference. Now, if you've been doing that, I want you to increase it to twice a day, okay? I want you to try and do once in the morning and once at night so that we get that extra practice in, so that that blood and energy is flowing through all of our joints and our whole spine throughout our whole day, all right? So let's practice 2 or 3 more times, okay? To really get this ingrained. And remember, we're gonna have a lot more opportunities to practice, so don't worry about that, okay? So sinking into that right leg, stepping out, empty stance. So that means we have one line between our feet, 70% of our weight is in that back leg, and we're folding from our hips. High pat on horse, right hands up, left hand by the ribs. These are called our separation kicks. So we're going to open up our arms, turning from our waist, shift our weight back, step out as we close the arms. Then turn from your waist, we do a separating of the arms. Now close the arms, turn from your waist. Good. Shift your weight, so find your balance on that left leg, then stand up, look, kick, bend the knee, right palm to the sky, bending the left elbow so the hand comes to the shoulder. Good. You know what's really impressive? Every single person is fully balancing on one leg. You must have been practicing this week. It looks good. All right, let's do it again. All right, high pat on horse. All right, we're gonna flow this time, okay? So separate those arms, crossing them as you step, and then sweeping that right arm across, bow stance. Turn the waist, close the arms. Standing up, look, kick, changing the arms as you bend the knee. How do we do with that little bit of flow? Was it a little bit easier? Woo! Nice arms. Nice balance. Wow, everyone's got perfectly straight legs too. Oh, looking good. All right, so let's do it one more time. One more practice. All right, so high pat on horse. Separation kicks. All right, level out those arms, shifting your weight, turn from your waist. Close the arms and step. Sweep that right arm across into your bow stance. Turn from your waist, closing the arms, right hand on the outside. Standing up, look, kick, right palm to the sky, left hand to the shoulders. You bend the knee. Awesome work today. All right. Feeling good. So this week, you have a mission for your balance, right? This is what we're going to be practicing, all right? Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. It's such a pleasure having you in class. Thank you. Thank you.